Good afternoon, my name is Rubitello. I'm going to tell you about the description, mission, and vision of the MAERSK company. MAERSK is a Dutch logistics and transportation conglomerate that offers integrated global solutions for supply chain management, including maritime, air and land transport. It was founded in 1904 and currently operates in approximately 113 countries with a strong presence in maritime container transport. Its approach is to connect and simplify through digital solution and a range of services ranging from container logistics to ground. I am value added service. MAERSK mission is to connect and simplify global logistics to benefit companies, society, and the planet. His vision is to be the global entregador of container logistics, transforming the flow of goods, information, and materials for a more integrated and sustainable world. Thank you.
Good afternoon, teacher. My name is Maricia Elizabeth Mendez, and this time I'm ready to present the direct and indirect competitors from MAERSK company.
Direct competitor. The first one is MSC. MSC is primarily a global container shipping line, overtaking MAERSK as the largest by fleet capacity and volume. How do they sell? Well, MSC's strategy has historically been volume and cost driven. And where they sell? Well, they have a truly worldwide network, operating in all major trade lines, for example, Asia, Europe, Transatlantic, Trans-Pacific, etc. The second direct competitor is CMA CGM Group. What they sell, well, like MAERSK, is a major global shipping and logistics group. They offer a full range of services, including ocean freight, air cargo, inland logistics, and port terminals. How they sell? Well, they compete aggressively on price, but also heavily invest in a multimodal logistics ecosystem. For example, air, sea, and land. Where they sell? Well, they have a strong global presence, with a particular robust network in the Asia-Europe and Asia-Mediterranean lanes. And here comes the second group, the indirect competitors. These companies do not primarily operate in container ships, but compete with part of MAERSK's businesses. For example, logistics, forwarding, and specific transport modes. The first one is DHL Global Forwarding Freight. What they sell? Freight forwarding, air and ocean freight, overland transport and warehousing, and obviously supply chain management solutions. How they sell? Their value proposition is flexibility and choice. They act as a neutral intermediary, finding the best route and career mix for their clients' needs. Where they sell? DHL has one of the most extensive global networks in the logistics industry, with a presence in virtually every country. The second one is DSV Panalpina. This is a global transport and logistics company that had a fast growth through acquisitions. For example, Panalpina, UTI Worldwide, etc. It's similar to DHL. They are a top-tier freight forwarder. Their services include air and sea freight, road and rail transport, and obviously supply chain solutions and project cargo. How they sell? Well, their strategy is built on operational efficiency and integration post-acquisition. Where they sell? Well, they has a strong and balanced global presence across all major countries.
Hello everyone, my name is Shirley Jocelyn Carrillo Chavez. SWOT analysis. Strengths: global leadership in maritime transportation and integrated logistics. Advances in sustainability and technological innovation. Extensive fleet and network of international routes. Financial strength and high investment capacity. Weaknesses: high operating costs due to its large scale, dependence on maritime transport, complex internal management due to its corporate structure, sensitivity to fluctuations in fuel prices, opportunities, increasing demand for integrated logistics services, stronger growth of trade in emerging markets, ongoing progress in the digitalization of supply chains, development of sustainable fuels for maritime transport, threats, strong competition among global shipping lines, geopolitical conflicts that disrupt maritime routes, instability in international trade, more demanding and costly environmental regulations, pest analysis, political, international regulation that shape maritime trade, geopolitical tension that disrupt routes and transit times, stricter environmental standards to control emissions, trade agreements that may facilitate or restrict cargo flows, economic, fluctuations in fuel prices that affect operating costs, changes in global demand due to economic cycles, exchange rate fluctuations that alter international costs, intense competition in the logistics and shipping sector, social, expansion of e-commerce that increases demand for transportation, growing preference for sustainable companies, need for specialized personnel in logistics and technology, expectation of traceability and transparency in shipments, technological, port automation that enhances operational efficiency, use of IoT and big data to optimize cargo tracking, innovation in clean fuels to reduce emissions, digital platforms that streamline booking and tracking.
Now I'm going to talk about the porter's five forces. The first one is potential of new entrants. The container shipping industry is very low because it requires huge investments, faces strict regulations, and is dominated by global alliances that control most of the trade routes. The second one is competition. MAERSK faces a strong competition from global shipping enormous companies like MSC, CMA, and Costco Shipping. AMC leads the market. Power of suppliers. MAERSK reduced this power thanks to its large global scale, its long-term contracts, and its vertical integration, and it has terminals and develops sustainable fuels. The number 4 is power of customers. Overall, MAERSK customers have moderately high bargaining power, and MAERSK has adjusted its strategy to mitigate this. The number 5 is the threat of substitute products. This threat for MAERSK is moderate, because although there are other alternatives, means such as air or land, none equals the efficiency of maritime transport.
Marketing mix, product, global ocean freight services for international cargo, integrated logistics solution for end-to-end operations, specialized cargo services, digital management platforms with real-time tracking, price, cost-based rates aligned with service expenses, dynamic pricing adjusted according to demand, fixed price logistic packages, corporate discounts for long-term clients, promotion, global digital marketing to expand brand reach, technical publication sharing industry updates, participation in trade fairs and professional events, corporate loyalty programs, place, global coverage in over 130 countries, multimodal transportation, management of own and partner terminals for efficient cargo, digital management, and booking channels.
MAERSK's competitive strategy evolved on becoming an end-to-end supply chain partner through focused differentiation. Customers will pay a premium for integrated solutions offering simplicity, reliability, and sustainability, even with potentially higher base freight costs. Dependent on effectively integrated acquisitions and technology while maintaining top-tier operational excellence in global logistics.
Hello, good evening. My name is Gabriela Gisela Sorrialewa, and today I'm going to talk about how people are the central element in MAERSK's strategy and how decisions in human resources are directly connected to the overall conclusion about their business. First, what does MAERSK need to do with its people? It's based on three actions. 1. Massive training in new skills. MAERSK no longer just sells ships. It now offers integrated logistics, digital platforms, and green solutions. That's why its employees must learn to use digital tools, analyze real-time data, and manage sustainable supply chains. Without this training, the technological and green transformation won't be possible. 2. Cultural shift toward innovation. MAERSK's traditional culture was operational, following routes and schedules, but now, to compete and offer end-to-end solutions, the culture must become innovative, agile, and customer-focused. Employees must be encouraged to propose ideas, collaborate across departments, and adapt quickly to change like automation and new environmental regulations. 3. Leadership and talent for sustainability and technology. MAERSK needs new leaders who can drive the green transition, those who see biofuels and emission reduction not as an expense but as an investment in the future. It also needs to attract and retain tech talent, software developers, data analysts, and digital logistics experts. Otherwise, its digital platforms and tracking systems won't reach their full potential. Now, what does all this mean for MAERSK as a whole? When we look at the complete analytics, marketing mix, pest, SWOT, and competitive forces, three clear conclusions emerge. First, MAERSK's transformation into an integrated logistics company is the only viable path forward. The analyses show a strong competitive pressure, customers with high bargaining power, and strict environment regulations. By offering comprehensive solutions from shipping to digital tracking, MAERSK reduces its dependence on ocean freight alone, adds more value for customers, and builds a more resilient and defensible business model. Second, its global scale is both its greatest strength and its greatest vulnerability. MAERSK's size and network are enormous advantages that keep new competitors out. However, this same scale makes the company sensitive to fuel price fluctuations, geopolitical conflicts, and changes in trade patterns. Therefore, its investment in digitalization and sustainability are not just nice to have, they are essential to protect that scale, make it more efficient and future-proof business. Finally, and most importantly, none of this succeeds without the right people strategy. The previous two conclusions depend entirely on human resources. If employees aren't trained in digital tools, the digital platforms won't work. If the culture doesn't become more agile, the company won't adapt to market change. If leaders don't believe in sustainability, the green transition will stall. In other words, MAERSK's business strategy and its people strategy are now one and the same. MAERSK is using its scale to build a new integrated logistic model that addresses competitive irregularity and customer pressures, but turning this vision into reality is above all, a human challenge. That's why the human resources strategy is not a support function. It is a score of Mark's future success. Thank you.